Wow, never gets old. That SpaceX rocket lit up the sky at the Kennedy Space Center overnight. It's carrying a new crew of astronauts to the International Space Station. 3 of them are Americans who will live and work with 3 Russians at a time, as you know, when tensions are high between the 2 countries. Mark Strassmann is at the Kennedy Space Center. Good morning to you, Marky Mark. It looks like that space launch went very well.
Good morning to you, Gayle, and you're absolutely right. It does never get old, but I got to tell you, there's something about night launches that are especially spectacular. This one was no exception, and now after a week of delays, this crew will spend all day catching up to the ISS, which is flying 10 times faster than a speeding bullet.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And liftoff.
For the second time in 3 weeks, SpaceX is sending people to the space station, this time professional astronauts.
Dragon separation confirmed.
It is a privilege to get to fly this new vehicle, the Crew Dragon Freedom to orbit. We're feeling great and looking forward to the view.
Tonight, around 8 o'clock Eastern Time, the crew of 4 will dock to their new home away from home, 250 miles above Earth. 3 Americans, NASA astronauts Kjell Lindgren, the mission commander, pilot Bob Hines, and Jessica Watkins, a geologist. Italian astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti makes this an international crew.
HCL is 3.3.
The 33-year-old Watkins has trained for a walk in space and a walk into space history. For more than 20 years, astronauts have lived aboard the ISS. Watkins will become the first black female astronaut to live on the space station for an extended time.
I do think that that's, an important milestone for the agency and for the country. It certainly has been important to me in my life to have role models that looked like me or coming from backgrounds similar to mine.
In a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft named Freedom, this crew has to fly above Russia's invasion of Ukraine. U.S.-Russian interdependence keeps the ISS in orbit. Waiting for this morning's crew to arrive, 3 cosmonauts.
Our lives depend on them, their lives depend on us, and we have an incredibly good relationship.
In 2015, Mission Commander Kjell Lindgren's first trip to the ISS was in a Russian Soyuz. He's also trained in Russia, although long before the Ukraine crisis.
We recognize that it is an area where emotions are probably high, and so it's probably a topic that we'll not spend a whole lot of time discussing on orbit.
Is it painful for you at this point to see what's happening?
Anytime you see conflict and you see suffering, it's painful. Again, we have to focus on our mission and what we have to accomplish on the space station.
This crew will be busy over the next 5 months or so. They'll perform more than 200 science experiments. They're relieving another crew that has been up in space since November. They'll splash down off the Florida coast next week. And, Gayle, I got to believe no matter how fun any trip is, it's always great to come home.
I think so, too, Mark. But there's always that moment when they lift off that you go, OK, OK, OK. So when it works, it's really beautiful to see. Thank you so much. Always good to see you.